Experienced Brooklyn wrongful death lawyer. When faced with the death of a loved one, the grief can be devastating. But it can be especially troubling when that death was caused by the negligence or intentional act of another. The unfortunate loss of a family member can send a family into emotional and financial turmoil. Legal recourse for surviving family members. The death of a loved one is difficult enough, but adding significant financial burdens on top can make it overwhelming. Fortunately, the law provides for certain surviving family members to seek wrongful death benefits from the person responsible for their loved one's death. These can cancel out the remaining expenses from your loved one's injuries and final days, the costs of funeral and burial arrangements, and make up for other financial losses caused by the untimely death of your family member. While no amount of money can make up for the death of a family member, wrongful death benefits could ease the financial and emotional burdens of that loss. Injury attorney Samantha Kucher explains Brooklyn wrongful death. A wrongful death claim seeks a monetary award for damages from the at-fault party to compensate family members for their losses resulting from the death of their loved ones. Common accidents that can lead to a wrongful death case. While wrongful death claims can be brought anytime someone has died from the negligence or intentional action of another, the most common causes for wrongful death claims are car accidents caused by driver distraction, driver impairment, and aggressive or reckless drivers are the leading cause of wrongful deaths in the United States. Truck accidents caused by the negligence of large trucking companies and driver errors. Bicycle accidents due to the added vulnerability of a bicyclist who must share the road with larger vehicles. Premises liability accidents caused by the negligence of a property owner. Medical malpractice leading to the death of a patient when a medical provider fails to provide the required level of care. Dangerous products because of defective manufacturing, faulty design, failure to warn, or other issues leading to the death of an individual. Work-related accidents caused by company negligence. Criminal acts such as homicide and assault. Wrongful death lawyers discuss how wrongful death differs from criminal prosecution. In general, there are two types of lawsuits in the United States. One is criminal, and the other is civil. Although a criminal action may have caused the death of your loved one, a wrongful death claim does not hold that party criminally accountable. That is up to criminal prosecutors and the court system. Instead, a wrongful death lawsuit is a civil lawsuit. Unlike a criminal suit that seeks punishment for someone who has broken the law, a civil lawsuit seeks compensation for a victim from the individual who caused their injuries and damages. Prosecutors initiate criminal lawsuits to punish offenders and hold them criminally accountable for their offenses. Punishment can include fines, jail time, and other remedies. Civil lawsuits are initiated by individuals who are harmed because of another's negligence. They typically result in compensation to the victim from the at-fault party for the harm done. Wrongful death is not a crime but an act of negligence. As a civil action, a wrongful death claim has nothing to do with the criminal prosecution of the at-fault party. The wrongful death claim may result in monetary compensation but not jail time or other criminal punishment. Consequently, a criminal case and a civil case have very different burdens of proof and different levels of intent. Whereas a civil lawsuit serves to punish negligence, criminal intent is usually the basis for punishment in a criminal case. But these can often overlap. Kucher Law Group wrongful death attorneys explain what constitutes a wrongful death. The term wrongful death can refer to any death that has resulted from a negligent, illegal, or intentional act by another party. These can include a wide variety of things such as accidents, malpractice, assaults, or other reckless actions that have had fatal consequences. In the case of wrongful death, the deceased party no longer has the ability to hold the at-fault party liable for their damages. Consequently, a wrongful death claim acts as a type of personal injury claim on behalf of the deceased loved one. A wrongful death claim can also seek compensation for the family that will be impacted by the untimely death of their loved one. How does a wrongful death lawsuit work? Like a personal injury claim, a wrongful death claim is based on one party's negligent or reckless, or careless actions that cause harm to another. But if that negligent behavior resulted in a fatality, the harmed individual is no longer alive to bring action against the at-fault party. In this case, the surviving family members then have the right to seek compensation on their loved one's behalf in a wrongful death claim. What are pecuniary losses in Brooklyn? In New York, the wrongful death statute, Estates Powers and Trust Law Section 5 to 4.3 allows surviving family members to collect for pecuniary injuries after the death of a loved one. Pecuniary losses, or financial losses suffered by surviving family members, include economic damages similar to personal injury damages. These will include the deceased party's accrued medical expenses, lost income, and property damages, as well as other costs shouldered by the family such as funeral and burial expenses. It can also include other damages such as the loss of support they would have enjoyed had the deceased loved one survived, such as financial support, parental services, care, and guidance. The family may also bring a claim for any pain and suffering their loved one endured before he or she died. Does a wrongful death claim always result in a court case? Like other injury claims, most wrongful death claims are settled before they get to a court of law. Both sides will consider all the evidence at hand to negotiate a fair settlement for the surviving family members. But there are times when a fair settlement may not be possible. This is when the claim must be litigated in court. This is when it is essential to have substantial evidence to support every facet of the claim to ensure that compensation is comprehensive, fair, and adequate. Contact the talented Brooklyn personal injury attorneys at Kucher Law via email at contact@rrklawgroup.com or via phone at 929-563-6780 to schedule a free consultation.